Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. It is the 4th of July, and what's more American than working on a big lifted truck on 4th of July? So other than shooting fireworks and serving in the military. Appreciate it, guys. Ladies, gentlemen of the armed services, appreciate your service. But today we are going to be installing new shocks on the front of here. If you didn't see my other video, I did the back with Fox 2.0 shocks, and as you guessed it, we're putting on Fox 2.0 shocks on the front of here today. So we're going to be taking these out. First thing we got to do is there's one nut on the top for the shock. We'll undo that. Then we'll undo these three on top of the shock tower, 1, 2, and 3. And then there's one down below I'll show you after a little bit. But that's not really what you want to see. I know you want to see a nice truck. Alright, so here are the fronts. I labeled them because I had the front and the rears come in the mail at the same time. These are the Fox 2.0s. This is for an 8-inch lift kit. That's what this truck has in it. It's a Zone 8-inch lift kit. Zone is made by BDS. It's just kind of a more affordable brand. But I'm upgrading the shocks from their Zone shocks to the Fox 2.0s. So you need the part number for them, which it was kind of hard to find shocks for an 8-inch lift, but I did find the part numbers and stuff finally. Here's the part numbers here. Same for each side, of course. Fox 2.0s, 29.85 by yeah. Anyways, let's get them open. Check them out, see what they look like. I mean, they're Fox shocks. They should look really nice. That's why a lot of people buy them. And they do look nice. Okay, got your perfect. We'll leave that band on there. So when we get this put in, we're gonna put the bottom bolt in first. Drop this down from the top, put this in first. Then we're gonna bolt down the shock tower, the top of it. And then we're gonna cut this band and guide this up through the we'll guide that up through the top of there. So should work out just fine. Might be a little tricky, but I think it should work. So let's see what else we got. The other one's gonna be the same. So yeah, here's your hardware for it. Alright guys, so the hardware explained. This is a bushing that I'll just put a little bit of grease on, go to the bench vise on the bench, push this in, squeeze it in so it pops in the middle of there. Then once that's in the middle, once that's lined up like that in the middle, there, once that's like that in the middle, then I'll take this and just slide in the center of here. And then I'll squeeze that in with the vise as well. So all this will be in the middle. The metal will be in the middle of the rubber, and all this will be centered right there. So pretty easy. And then these here are just for your, these are just for the top of your shock here. You'll do washer, rubber grommet. That'll go up and through. Then you'll do another rubber grommet and washer on top of that, and then finally your bolt to hold it all in. So pretty easy, not much to it. So let's go take a look at the front and try and get the top bolt off of here, and then we'll undo the shock tower bolts. So I'll probably do the two on the top first and then the one on the outside. Alright guys, problem with having a lifted truck that sits way up in the air is trying to get under the hood. So I just use this ladder. And then, so what we got here is there's the top bolt we're gonna undo for your shock right there. And then the other two for your tower is right down there. There's one, point to it right there. And the other one is just right down in here. Not sure if you can see it there. Yeah, right there, right there. So we'll undo those first. And once that's undone, then we're gonna come down here and undo this one last. So I'm not going to get video of it, but I'm just going to undo them. So I'll check back in once that's done. Alright guys, got the shock tower off. I had to pull down, so I undid the top one, which is a 19 millimeter, the one on top of the shock, that center bolt, 19 millimeter. These three for your shock tower, those are 15 millimeters. Once I undid them, the shock pushed everything up, so I had to pull this tower back down, grab the shock, compress that down by hand, and then just push the shock tower out of the way. That way the shock went all the way up. So now that that's done and out of the way, now we can undo the bottom one, which is right in there, in that hole. See that bolt? Right in there. I use my impact gun, and that's 21 millimeter, I believe. And you don't need to hold the nut on the back. I watched other YouTube videos, they said you can just undo it, so we're gonna try that and see how it works. Then you should be able to lift that shock right out the top. So that's what we're gonna try now. There we are. It's in there. The question is, okay, you can get your hands in here. Just kind of push that bugger on out of there. There we go. Now the question is, will that shock lift out? Oh yeah, perfect. Lifts right on out of there. So we'll pull that out through the top. So we should be able to grab onto that shock. I think I'm doing this blind right here and lift this bugger right on out. Ta-da! There's the old shock, guys. So now we'll go get our new one ready, drop it in, and get it switched out. Okay guys, so this is what I was telling you about using a little bit of grease or whatever. I'm just using lithies. Just take a little bit of this to get this bushing in the shock. Just smear it around on here, help it go in easier. I know a lot of you are probably making jokes about it now. I'll just set that down for now. Do the little metal one. This is actually a really easy process, guys. Alright, so then we come over here to the vise on the bench. I know you can't see it, it's kind of hidden. Well, you'll take your shock, put this in here, put it in the vise, kind of try and hold them straight, and just squeeze it. And I got the towel in there so it doesn't scratch anything. And then watch, that should just pop right on there. A couple more turns. Oops. There. In the middle. See? No problem. Now I'll do the same thing with that metal collar that goes in the middle, or shim, whatever you want to call it, metal shim. Put that, kind of get it started. Tighten that as well. And there it's in there. Just give it a little extra squeeze. Boom. There we go. That's how you put those in. Takes 3 minutes max, maybe, and not a problem. And then I'll just wipe off the excess grease with a clean rag, not my dirty one. There we go. Now we'll get this bugger put back in place. Alright guys, we dropped the new shock down in from the top, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's not quite down in there far enough yet. It's still up a little ways, so we gotta force it down in there to line up with that hole. Alright guys, got the bolt in there. So I wiggled the shock back and forth and pulled down, wiggled and pulled, wiggled and pulled, and then that kind of got it lined up a little, so I had to use a flathead screwdriver put in there, because that collar was just barely showing through the top part of the hole. Then I used a screwdriver and pried it down that way, and then it was enough to get the tip of this started, so then I used the impact gun and just started impacting it, and that sucked the rest of it down and lined it up. So yeah, anyways, that was a pain, but got the bottom bolt. So now we're gonna bolt the shock tower in place at the top, and then after that's done, then we'll cut the cord, put on the washer and bushing, and then the top of the shock will go up, line it up with the hole, and then we're golden. Okay guys, got the shock tower bolted down, so now comes the somewhat tricky part. I gotta cut that cable that's holding that down, and then once I cut it, I just gotta move that off. Oops. That's the way it goes. Bloopers from YouTube. But once I cut that, I gotta put this and this through that spindle. Let that spindle go right up through this, and then line it up with the top of the shock tower up there. So that is my goal, but I don't know where I'll be able to set the GoPro to get you guys video of this. There we go. Got it. Now I just guide it up through the hole. There we go. And our new Fox shocks are in there. Okay guys, there we are. Got the top all tightened down and everything. Looking good. Only thing, I wish the Fox logo showed up down here a little more, but that's alright. No biggie. Yeah, so thanks for watching the video. Remember, favorite, like, share, and subscribe. I'll have a link to the Fox shocks for the front of here on my YouTube channel, and I'll also have a link to this Nyko impact set, socket set that I'm using, and then possibly I might even have a link to the Milwaukee impact 1/2-inch impact gun that I'm using as well. So I am just gonna finish up here. I'm just gonna finish up, do the other side, get that done. It is the 4th of July, so I gotta kind of button this up and then get ready for fireworks, even though it looks like it might rain here in a little bit. But we will catch you guys later, and thanks for watching the channel, guys. Leave a comment down below what you think of the pickup truck, what you think of the shocks, what you think I should do. I do have the kind of like the amp running boards coming, the RBP running boards. They're on back order, but that's about one of my next major things. I got fender flares coming, I got mud flaps coming, and after that I'm pretty much done with it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Can't wait to hear from you. Later.